caught a guy in my girlfriend's bed last night. How do I move on and heal? Last night, my girlfriend, 26 female, and I, 24 male, had an argument. She initiated it, and I eventually bit my tongue, apologized, and tried to move on. She ignored my apology and kept pressing about something else. The argument was about her hanging out alone in her room with a guy who had previously made uncomfortable verbal advances toward her. I told her I wasn't comfortable with it, and after some back and forth, she finally said she understood and promised she wouldn't have him in her room alone anymore. Later that night, she went MIA for 2 hours. Something inside me told me to go check on her, like an echoing voice in my head saying, go to her house. I got off my second job, pulled into her driveway, and right as I did, she texted me saying she was just reading a book. I responded saying, "That's cool, hope you're enjoying it." Then I walked into her room, and there he was, the same guy we just had a discussion about lying in her bed. She immediately started making excuses, saying his ribs were broken and he needed help. But she's not a nurse. She's not a doctor. Why would his friends drop him off at her house instead of taking him to a hospital? That made no sense. I was obviously losing my mind at this point. The guy started talking shot to me, and yeah, I threatened him, but I didn't touch anyone. She just kept saying, he can't afford the hospital. But come on, if you have broken ribs, you're eventually going to need medical attention. The whole thing was suspicious from the start, especially because she had just promised she wouldn't have this guy over alone. Then, later, she texted me admitting that she knows she messed up by not telling me, but also that she wasn't sorry for it. So, right then and there, I broke up with her. Mind you, this isn't the first time she's lied. It's a pattern. And every time I break up with her over something like this, she crawls back, begs for me to take her back, and pretends she's changed. But this time, I'm mentally and emotionally exhausted. I don't even want to eat or work. For the past month, I've only been eating once a day because the deep depression she's caused me has taken over. How do I move on from this? How do I heal?